Good morning to you. How's everybody? Absolutely delighted to be here this morning in your town. It's the first time I've been here. And you know, it's interesting talking about where you go. And I suppose I do it for one reason in particular, and that's because I go a lot of places within my work. And in doing so, I guess it's nice to say, well, yeah, I've been to all the states and played in all the states, and that's fine, but that's really not that big of a deal. There's 50 of them. and it's fun, and it's entertaining, and it's challenging to get to all 50, but again, it's just not a big deal. The bigger deal is within the content of what you do when you're there in all of those states. And to remember that each moment is an opportunity. So I end up going to places and I end up saying, thank you for having me. And those are words that are very important to me because I always feel it's important to give thanks. And one of the things I've learned is with a lot of travel and through a lot of travel is that when you're gone and you're not at home, and many of us know this from having worked in careers that took us out of our homes, and we know this from vacations, but when you're not at home, you're out of your comfort zone. And in many ways, that's where life's greatest moments happen. They don't happen on the couch at 8 p.m. Although I've proven that I'm very good at the couch at 8 p.m. Very good at that. My wife likes to tease me because now I nod off about 8 p.m. almost every night for 15 minutes, and then I wake up and I'm good to go for a little bit longer. But it's when you're out there and when you make things happen, you know, with the opportunities that you've been given, that's where the magic lies. And the magic doesn't lie in just playing my songs. The magic lies in diving into the deep end with them. I have so little interest in being a guy that sits down and plays my songs and aims for perfection each time. That sounds so empty to me and so soulless. It's more about giving everything you've got each time you play the song and diving in with all of your passion. And if you blow it, I can promise you one thing, you'll learn from it. And that's where you learn. And that's where I always head. When I play music and when I work with my music, I always want to dive in as deep as I can and try to get right into the center of it. I know those are kind of metaphoric words and might seem a little bit abstract to some of you, but at the same time, it's no different than giving all you've got. I think we all need to give all we have. And that's why I'm here. Delighted to do that. I can tell you that I was raised by two wonderful parents who have been married for probably 67 years now, and my dad was a Methodist pastor in Oregon, where I grew up, and my mom was a music director for 40 years. And a private piano teacher for about 67 years, and she just retired at age 92. So we all got a long way to go. And, you know, through great parenting and great family and all these things that we have that we cherish in our lives, we learn a lot and we are thankful for all of it. I was trying to think of the many ways I could be thankful on my drive here this morning, which was about 20 minutes, and too many to count. And it's the same for each one of us. So, as I say, thank you for having me this morning. I want you to know that I am very sincere. And I'm going to play one last song for you. It's a song that I wrote for my grandfather. He was a great guy. As a child, I could never understand how come he didn't like rock and roll? And I struggled with that as a young child because I loved it so. I mean, it's a very interesting dichotomy when you think about it. All it is sonic, harmonic information, and one person loves it and the other doesn't want a thing to do with it. But I learned in time that my grandfather didn't have to like rock and roll to be a great guy. He loved myself, my siblings, unconditionally, who with, you know, all his heart for who we were. And that can never be taken away. So I wrote this song for him, and this is called Dakota Rose. And again, thanks for having me, and God bless you guys.